Day 2 continues at the Senior League Baseball World Series in Easley, South Carolina, a long way from Victoria, Texas, and Burbank, Illinois, which is our next matchup on the U.S. side of the bracket. Representatives from the Southwest region and the Central region, respectively. Welcome to you with the former LSU star and former first-round draft pick, Jared Mitchell. I'm Darren Vaught. We're glad you're here. Jared, you're pumped up about this one. A lot to be excited about.
Yeah, I think we got a good matchup coming here, right? This Victoria, Texas team has not played yet here, but we got a strong performance from the Burbank crew. Evan Panther was dominant on the mound, a catalyst in the field. I think we got a good ball game brewing here today.
A big advantage to be gained in this matchup as well. You mentioned Burbank with the victory yesterday, 9-0 over the crew from Du Bois, Pennsylvania. They go 2-0. They set up pretty well. Southwest, Texas with the first round bye. They obviously would advance to a similar situation.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they choose to use Corona here on the mound today. Obviously, getting a win here will put you into a situation where you got a couple days off. Yesterday, Burbank was able to...
right away. First pitch ripped into center field. Parker Barrows, the shortstop, leads off with a single for Texas.
Barrows wasting zero time, right?
Straight off, finish your opening
straight into this thing. He said, let's get this party started a little quickly. He goes right back up the middle with a solid, sharp single to start the ball game. But back to talking about it, like we want to see if Corona's going to be one of those guys, if they're able to play with the lead or play with a close game, if they let him go for a while.
Another first pitch swing, another deep one. And it's caught in the gap. That's Evan Panther. You just mentioned him a moment ago. Maybe the best athlete on this Illinois squad, chasing it down.
Very good play by Panther, chasing it down in the left center field gap. This is two solid swings by this Victoria, Texas team to start the game, and they don't even want to let us open this thing up. They are ready to go.
Original start time was scheduled for noon Eastern. We get started at 12:30, so I think, yeah, both teams were raring to go. Caden Krawitz, the next batter for Texas. And he looks at a strike. Danny Corona, you mentioned, is the pitcher for Illinois.
And he'll get the start here today, and it'll be interesting to see if they try to stretch out.
That is yanked high into the air, deep into left field, and right at the track. It's pulled in by Lucas Karcheski.
What a pace.
And a tag up Barrows from first to second. That thing was so deep.
Very good play right there by Barrows. Head up. Being able to get back to first, tagging up and getting to second. Now you got 2 outs, but a base hit gives you an opportunity to score a run here.
Runner in scoring position. We're only 4 pitches into this thing.
Next to that, Andrew Alvaro.
I'm not going to talk pitching strategy again because there's a very good chance he's going to swing right in the middle of it. So let's just go ahead and watch this one here.
Andrew Alvarado is the third baseman for Texas. And he looks at the first pitch, a strike. Feels like this Texas team is not going to let many of those get by them.
Now, they were ready to swing. They showed up here. They got the bye. Tournament gets started before them. But that doesn't mean anything in terms of how they showed up to the park ready to go. And you kind of like that, right? They showed up aggressive, confident. They brought a big crowd here today as well. And they're playing very well to start swinging it well.
0-2, Corona. This is on the outside edge.
Good pitcher.
Here's some of the Texas fans.
Team in uniform, fans in uniform, ready to go.
Runner goes, wave and a miss. Great pitch to get Alvarado out in front and retire the side. 8 pitches. That's all it took for us to get through a half a frame. We go to the bottom of the first. Home half of the first coming up, our second game of action on day 2 of the Senior League Baseball World Series in Easley, South Carolina. That was quick, huh? 8 pitches already, back to the dugouts and switching sides.
I like pace, and they showed up ready to play a fast-paced game. It's the first time getting to see this team from Victorious, Texas, so I'll be interested to see how they'll do on the mound, how they'll play in the field. We know they can swing, and we got a good glimpse of that in the top of the first inning right there with some strong at-bats. We'll see what they do on this side of it.
Evan Panther leads off for Illinois. 1 for 2 at the plate yesterday. Was also their starting pitcher en route to a 9-0 victory over the East Region representatives from Pennsylvania.
And this was a guy we dubbed yesterday as we kind of got a chance to see both of these teams swinging in the cage before the game started. It was very easy and very apparent to tell early on yesterday morning that he was probably going to be one of their better players, and it showed out to be exactly that.
Carson Bazin is the starting pitcher for Texas. Close take by Panther, and we're underway in the bottom of the first with a 1-0 count. Off the handle, backside fouled away.
It's a tad late on that heater, up and in. Panther will need to get going a little bit early or start the swing just a hair early to get on time. Basin's got a pretty good fastball here.
Right back up the middle. Bazin trying to field it with his bare throwing hand, and Panther runs it out.
He may be a little lucky there. Those can end up dangerous sometimes when you try to make a stab at it with the bare hand. Hopefully it didn't catch a nail or the backside. Maybe just caught the palm of the hand and save him from any kind of injury there.
Now batting, Ryan Lotus.
I think given the angle that was coming out right up the middle of the field, though, it probably saved a base hit. Or it would have saved it, kept it in the infield.
Definitely kept it in the infield. Obviously got the base hit
still got
the play,
the first, but so Panther on, and Ryan Lotus now the batter. Already looking to the leadoff man who reached. Panther did have a stolen base yesterday. There he goes. Pitch is outside. Double clutch on the throw to second, so Panther slides in safely.
Yeah, the double clutch kind of got him in there. It was a pitch high and outside. May have lost the handle on it the first time trying to get it out of the glove, and the transfer wasn't clean, and Evan Panther was able to steal second base there. Took him a while to get from glove to hand to let it go, and if he could have gotten that quicker, the transfer, he might have had a little bit more of a chance to get Panther at second base.
So Ryan Lotus, who showed bunt, pulled away, has a 3-0 count. There's the first strike.
At the top of the zone right there. Lotus didn't seem to think that was a strike as well, so we'll see if he's able to duplicate that and if he can get a swing out of Lotus in this situation.
All 4, Lotus walks. They're at first and second.
And much like the Puerto Rican ball club, this was something that Burbank, Illinois was able to do yesterday as well, which was get runners on, put pressure on you, make you have to make plays, and they got timely hitting at the same time.
Dave Campbell was 2 for 4 yesterday with a run driven in. Back 0-1.
Very easy to see. Basin's got a real lively fastball. He's gotten a couple hitters already on first swings of at bats to be easily late behind it. They're going to have to kind of catch up to this and play out in front a little bit.
Another ball out of play, 0-2. Taken inside.
Really good pitch right there in an 0-2 situation. Panthers doing a lot of movement over there at second base, trying to get a jump, trying to get a feel of he could probably take third or not at some time soon.
Away again. Similar to the 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, I think Campbell kind of felt like I probably shouldn't watch this one twice in a row. Was able to get bat on that and stay alive in this at bat.
Up and in. Count now even.
Carson Bazin now at 13 pitches and has not recorded an out yet. He would love to get a ground ball right here, roll up a double play, and get him closer to being out of this inning.
Another with 2 strikes. And another foul back.
It's a great at bat here by Campbell. Fouling pitches off, staying balanced, not doing too much, giving him the opportunity to fight off breaking balls, stay in the fight with fastballs, and he's making it tough on Carson Bazin to be able to put him away right here.
And a timeout called before the 7th pitch. There's a Dave Campbell sign. And he fights it off again. His 3rd foul ball with 2 strikes.
He's doing a very good job of just staying late, not trying to be jumpy, not thinking he needs to pull the baseball. He's doing a great job of letting the baseball travel and keeping the same swing. You do things like this, and it forces the pitcher to keep having to execute.
Wow.
And when you force him to do that, now he's throwing more and more and more pitches, right? This is a great at-bat.
This will be 9 pitches. Campbell drills it, and it's down and left. Everybody advances by 1. The bases are loaded.
That is such a pro at-bat by Campbell there, by Dave Campbell with the single, which loads the bases. 9-pitch at-bat, continues to fight pitches off, finally gets a breaking ball in the middle of the plate that he can handle, and deposits it in the left field.
And now the bags are full for Edgar Villanueva in the cleanup spot in the order. A swinging miss for strike 1. Villanueva 1 for 4 with a run driven in yesterday.
It's a good take on a breaking ball down right there. You're looking for something elevated. You're looking for something to give you an opportunity to hit a fly ball right here. Like the last thing you want is a ground ball that could turn into a rolled up double play.
Down the line, but foul.
And conversely, like Carson's going to be looking to get that ground ball. If you can get out of here with a ground ball, that may score one, but if you can trade it for 2 outs, you'll take that trade because now you're only 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning.
One and two. And it's fouled again.
As I spoke about it earlier, like we saw this yesterday as well with this Burbank squad where they did a great job of battling you and making you throw pitches and making you earn those outs.
That's fought off well by Villanueva.
Take a look at where Villanueva is on the plate in terms of in the box when he gets back in the box. He is on top of the plate. He's not giving you any room. His toes are on the line. He's not giving you any room, any opportunity to miss inside, which now takes the outside corner or outside half of the plate and turns it into feeling like the middle of the plate.
Again, wastes the pitch by Basin. The other thing that does, though, which is the challenging part about being able to do that, is an inside strike becomes that much more difficult. You got to have a lot of confidence in your ability to turn on it and at least get a piece of it, right?
And that's what he's done so far. As those pitches that have been in, he's just gotten a bat on him, just like that. He's gotten a bat on him. He's fought him off, and he's forcing Carson to go up there and have to execute over and over and over again, and that becomes exhausting for a pitcher.
So Villanueva now with just as many fouls with 2 strikes as there were in the Dave Campbell plate appearance. 4 times he's fouled it away. Another 1 and 2. Sprays it up into the air. Shallow center field, out from second. The catch made by Derek Guyona.
It's a great play and holding the runner at third. And look, I'll be honest with you. Let me tell you something. Like this is, it may look like nothing in the scorebooks, but imagine you told a pitcher to start the game he had already thrown 25 pitches. That's basically where you got Carson Basin, as he's only got his first out and his bases loaded still in this situation. If they're able to scratch anything out of it, awesome. If they're able to scratch a lot of it out of it, great. But at least you got to win in a situation where you've made him throw a ton of pitches and he's only gotten not even through an inning yet.
The last 2 batters combined 17 pitches. Jake Edlin, the shortstop, is now the batter. On the ground up the middle, a chance at 2. And Texas gets out of a jam. Parker Barrows fielded himself, stepped on the bag at second, and a clean throw over to first. Somehow a scoreless first inning. No score through an inning here in Easley. As the world's most trusted youth sports organization, Little League relies on the generosity of its alumni, volunteers, and communities who give tirelessly to create experiences for millions of children every year. Support Little League today by texting LLWS to 345-345 to donate today. Standard messaging rates apply.
Up to bat now, Jazz Huff.
Jazz Huff, the leadoff batter, center fielder for Texas.
Look for this Texas squad to probably try to take a few pitches in this situation to kind of give their pitcher a little chance to kind of catch his breath and kind of rest a little bit. Through 25 pitches in the bottom of the first, that's not sustainable from inning to inning.
In comparison, Danny Corona for Illinois here threw 8 pitches in his first inning.
Yeah, the 8-pitch inning is super ideal. That's what you want right there, right? 25, that's not what you want. Now, it's great when you're able to do it and not give up a run, but you won't be able to see that from inning to inning.
Off, flies it up into the air. Right center field. Good jump by Jacob Height from right.
Good play, good communication out there in the outfield, kind of in no man's land. One guy's got to be able to get there and make a call and make a play to get the other one off of it.
Landon Gandy to the plate. He's the Texas first baseman. Corona's first, a fastball that misses high.
Good heater right there on the corner. Not really giving in, right? He's not missing much over the middle of the plate early.
That's over top of the strike zone, 2-1. Now 2-2. Hard hit, and through the middle of the infield.
It's a fine piece of hitting right there with 2 strikes. The line one right under the glove. It's a nice piece of hitting by Landon.
Went down and got it. Jake Edlin with a great effort at shortstop. Can't reel it in. Blaze Mozishik is the catcher for this Texas team. First pitch swinging and a foul ball.
See, a lot of people you see a swing like that and you're thinking, oh, he's super late. Yeah, he's super late. But as a really good hitter, you actually love swings like that, because if you can just time that up perfectly with the exact same swing, it plays across the field. So the thought process here isn't necessarily to change the swing. The swing's on point. You just got to pull the trigger a little bit earlier.
A watchful eye, 2-1. Now 3-1. Full count.
Really good pitch by Corona in the 3-1 count. Not giving in, not center cutting, a fastball, making it tough to still be able to get hits off of him.
To the opposite field. That's toward the corner. A diving effort in foul ground, unsuccessful. But another good effort by Jacob Height. He covered a lot of ground there.
He almost got to that ball too. Jacob Height went a long ways, and this ball literally hits off of the tip of his glove. You give him another 3 inches, and we're looking at the end of an out right here for sure, obviously.
Ball 4 to Mozishik.
Great at bat there by Blaze. Taking his ball forward, taking his walk, passing the baton along, and now you get the pitcher coming up to double duty here.
Robert Soto Jr. out to check on his pitcher in the meantime. Carson Bazin offers it the first pitch and sends it out of play.
Another good pitch, quality first strike by Danny Corona.
attempted a breaking ball that got away from Jerome?
Breaking ball got away from him a little bit there. Tried to overthrow it a little bit, tried to get a little too much bite on it. Yeah, tried to get a little too much bite on it. You end up losing at arm side like that a lot of the time.
Fastball out of play, 1-2.
It almost seems like nothing he throws is actually that straight. Even his little fastball kind of has a little late cutting action to it as well. Got to believe that's kind of throwing some of the hitters off a little bit.
Poked the other way, and it's knocked down, but everyone's safe.
We got a good one brewing here. That's a nice piece of hitting. Really good base running by the two guys on as well. Freezing on the line drive, making sure it wasn't caught. Then they were able to advance a base. And now here's our first real pivotal moment.
Bags full for the 9-hole hitter, Noah Resendez. First pitch, skied up into the air. Caught in left. Karcheski's throw home. Not in time. A run scores on the sacrifice. But a rundown and a tag retires the side.
Great defense there by Burbank. He got off a second a little too far. Blaze Mozishek throwing out at second, doubled off in the inning.
1-0. We're through 1.5. Texas leads. Home half of the second coming up. It's a 1-0 score in favor of the Southwest Reps from Victoria, Texas. First baseman Landon Gandy came around to score. So now it's the back half of the order for Illinois. Winners yesterday over Pennsylvania, 9-0. But the back half begins with the sixth hitter, Jacob Height, who was perhaps the best hitter of the day yesterday for Illinois. 3 for 4 with a run driven in.
Definitely had himself a day yesterday, and we'll see if he can kind of continue this and roll it on into this Sunday ball game.
Starts out ahead with the take, 1-0. Two and nothing. Carson Bazin into his second inning of work for Texas. He threw 25 pitches in the first inning.
Yeah, he would like to be a little more economical here with this work. But starting off 3-0 to the leadoff hitter in the inning is not a clear indicator that might happen. He needs to start getting in the zone early, and that's going to allow him to be a little more in the driver's seat as he goes from hitter to hitter and works his way through the lineup.
Height looks at a strike, 3-1. Big swing, and it's a full count.
It's a quality 3-1 fastball down and away, and there's just not that much that Height was going to be able to do with that, even though he took a big cut at it.
Into the air. High up there. Alvarado at third. Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use the hashtag LLWS.
He's already shooting it. Yeah, I like it. He knows how to work the Instagram.
Sharing the highlights of many of them shared at Little League on various social media outlets. Sharing the watch link so people can see him, that we catch him on camera doing that. There's a little flare, and it drops into right center field. Base knock for Jack Eskra, the designated hitter.
Eskra with the knock there, and we've talked about it a little bit, and I'll touch on it again. If you're going to continuously work behind hitters like he has in this inning, and that's how you get to 25 pitches in an inning, that's how you get to a lot of balls being put in play, you're allowing this team to be on the offensive of every one of these at bats by getting behind in the count. And that's where they are right now.
Lucas Karcheski is the left fielder today. It's his first start of the tournament. First pitch in play on the ground. They get one at second. The ball came out on the transfer, so the out counts. But Guyona unable to get a throw off for the turn.
Good feed into the bag. If you get the clean exchange, you probably get the double play turn there. You just couldn't hold it and get the clean exchange.
So now 2 down and the runner at first. First pitch to Robert Soto. Lifted into center field. And the catch made by Jazz Huff. That retires the side. Couple of innings in the books. We got a 1-0 ball game in Easley. To the third we go. 1-0 Texas leads Illinois. You're on ESPN Plus with Jared Mitchell, Darren Vaught, the rest of our ESPN Plus crew. We're glad you're here. Beautiful day in Easley, South Carolina. Clouds have come in for this second game of the day, but I don't call those threatening clouds, Jared. Those are like, the wallpaper in the Toy Story movies? These are Toy Story clouds.
Yeah, they just paint a picture for you. There's nothing in them, nothing behind them. It's just aesthetically pleasing, if you will.
First pitch drilled into right center field. Back to the top of the order for Texas. Again, it's Parker Barros. So he has seen and swung at 2 pitches, and he's 2 for 2.
He's 2 for 2. He is not missing pitches early. I would imagine the next time he comes up, should probably not flip him one right in the middle of the zone. Let's kind of make him work, kind of make him see it a little bit. See if you get him to chase, because that's 2 great at-bats by him, 2 barrels. He's got 2 hits on the day already.
Leadoff man aboard. And another first pitch swung on into the corner and left. Derek Guyona rounding has a stand-up double.
I mean, the top of this lineup is super aggressive, and you throw something in the zone and they are on and swinging and ready to go. And now they're in business with runners at second and third and nobody out early in this inning.
Up to bat, Jaden Carowitz.
Quite the opportunity for Caden Krawitz now. Infield is in for Illinois.
And Illinois is early on telling you how much they think these runs will be at a premium today, with the infield already playing in this situation. They want to keep the score as low as possible, give themselves the chance to kind of do what they need to do, but you need a ground ball here.
There's a strike to make it 2-1. Corona just off the outside edge.
Krawitz doing a good job of getting himself into a hitter's count here. Now he's got 3-1.
Takes a healthy swing and fouls it back out of play. Full count.
Good swing at the 3-1 pitch. Just missed it. I think he would like to have that one back and be able to do some damage with it.
Full count pitch from Corona. Bounced up the middle, and it pops off of the shortstop Edwin's glove. A run scores, they're at the corners.
It's a tough thing about baseball sometimes. Got the ground ball that you're looking for, but it's steered away from the shortstop's glove, and he wasn't able to make a clean play to make the throw. Craywood's getting to a spot where he understood it was now time to put the ball in play. He did exactly that. Makes it tough on the defense, and he's able to score a run in that situation.
So that's where the couple of hits to start the inning really work against you as a defense, right? The infield was in. Otherwise, that's probably a pretty routine ground ball.
Yeah. Definitely would have been a routine ground ball with the infield back. And listen, that's still a tough error to take, even though it is an error, right? You're reaching. If you field that cleanly and make a throw, he's out by a mile. I agree with it, but makes it tough. And like you said, when you put runners on early and you have to bring the infield in.
There's a soft liner down and left. Guyona comes across to score. An RBI single by Andrew Alvarado.
I'll tell you, early on, watching this team from Victoria, Texas, the one thing that they've been able to do is it seems like they're getting their swing off. Now, there hasn't been a ton of balls that have been absolutely blistered, but they're finding barrels. They're making it tough. They're pushing balls into the outfield, and they're making you have to get them out. They're not giving away outs. They're not chasing outside of the zone. And they're a good bunch, a good scrappy squad right now so far.
3-0, an aggressive start for Texas. 1,056 miles away. Exactly.
Exactly.
Our sources say, anyway.
If I said, do they all live in the same neighborhood? I was just wondering. That's kind of tough to do. Somebody there has got to be like 1,057 at least, huh, right?
Is that city center, probably? I don't know.
I'm sure it's still Old Point, right? It's got to be.
Couple on for Jazz Huff here. Fly ball to right field his first time up. Thought about it. It's in there for a strike anyway from Corona.
Nice little first pitch breaking ball by Corona. Kind of freezes Jazz Huff there.
Hard on the grounds. They get the lead runner at second. A chance to turn two, and Huff runs it out.
Huff does a good job getting down the line there because that could have easily been a double play if he's not hustling down the line.
Up to bat, Landon Gandy.
I'll just beat it. The turn from Lotus at second.
Good feed by Edlin at short. Turn by Lotus to second. Jazz is a little too fast. He's able to beat it out. You can hear the Victoria dugout kind of chirping a little bit about that maybe being a ball. Corona's going to have to come to more of a definitive stop, because they're already in the umpire's ear about it a little bit.
Runner from first goes, and Huff is tagged out. That's out number two.
Tell you what, they're lucky in this situation. That could have turned out pretty bad. I wasn't sure they communicated who was going to be making the play or not. Luckily, they were able to get the clean catch and the tag.
Line drive left field, and a leaping grab by Karcheski will retire the side.
Good job by Karcheski ranging to the gap right there to save a run and end the inning.
Couple of runs across for Texas in the top of the third. They lead by 3 in the third. Hot day in Easley, South Carolina, and a 3-0 Texas lead. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleLeague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you.
Up to bat, Evan Panther.
Seeing a lot of cold treats in the stands about this time of day. Seems appropriate. Top of the order for Illinois is Evan Panther. Fouls one away. He's 1 for 1. An infield single his first time up.
This is definitely an environment for the cold treats, if you will.
Ice cream, shaved ice.
Dippin' Dots.
There you go. Ice cream of the future, of the past. Ice cream of the present. I'm sure we can find it all. Panther skies it. Center field. Jazz Huff. Right there for the catch.
Easy money out in center field. Looked like a nice lazy fly ball that Jazz ranges over and makes a play easy. That's an important out to get because Evan Panther has been very good for this Burbank ball club. You get him an out one, and he's a tone setter for him. So you get him off the bases out of the box real early, it's a win for your squad.
Ryan Lotus next. And a 1-0 count. Yeah, the last time at the top of the order, it was infield single by Panther. Lotus here walked, and then a single by Dave Campbell. They had the bases loaded with no outs. Lotus also in the direction of Huff. And another fly out.
Huff getting his fly ball work in this inning, right? It's been his inning so far out there. He's made 2 plays. And now you're up to Dave Campbell, who had an incredible at-bat his first time up.
Campbell singled in the first inning on a 2-2 count, but he had fouled off 4 with 2 strikes.
Does he take pitch 1 right here to kind of see if he can wait till he get a strike and not basically let Corona off the hook? And what I mean by off the hook is sometimes you get in these situations and you want to swing, but truthfully you can hit the hardest ball, line drive right at the shortstop, and it's an out in the books. And someone like Corona is out of the inning quick with a few pitches, and there's nothing you can do about it. So sometimes instead of flowing through an inning so quickly, you force the pitcher to stay out there, get some more of that heat. He got no cold treats up there. Make him pitch. Make him stand out in the sun even longer. And the same thing goes for the rest of the fielders as well.
So Campbell's offered 1 swing. He fouled it away. Bays in the 2-1. Another foul ball. That almost looked like a defensive 2-strike swing.
Did. It's a fastball kind of up and away, and it was probably going to be a strike. It's not a lot you can do with that. Campbell tried to put a bat on a good swing, but that's a tough location. So props to Corona for making a quality pitch there and giving himself a chance to get.
Into the air, and just out of play, straight backward.
Campbell trying to wake us up in here a little bit, huh?
You know, without the actual structure of a press box around us, you probably had that.
Are you so sure of that?
Inside on Campbell. It's another full count.
Another really good at-bat by Dave Campbell. You can see why he sits in the middle of this order.
3-2 behind him for ball 4, so he reaches for the second time. That time on 7 pitches. So he's been up twice, and he's worked Bazin for 16 pitches total.
Yeah, that plays. lower back is still intact, right? He can get out of the way a little bit here.
Up next, Edgar Villanueva.
Quick twitch athlete. That's what we call that.
I like that. He wanted his on base percentage right there. He said, I'm not taking the hit by pitch. I got to get this walk.
Inside, and it gets away from the catcher, Mozishik. So Campbell moves to second, and it's a runner in scoring position for Edgar Villanueva.
See if this comes back to haunt them a little bit. Probably need Mozishik to be able to catch that and keep the runner there at first.
Called strike to Villanueva.
Good pitch. Really good pitch by Corona, throwing the front door fastball. Really hard to get the bat off your shoulders, especially when you're crowding the plate like Villanueva is. He's betting that you can't do that to him 3 times in a row. Or even 3 times in an at-bat. Sometimes when you are a hitter that chooses to do this, until you get to that 2-strike spot, you're basically saying, I'm going to give you the inside corner, and I'm going to bet that you can't beat me here twice until I have to sit here and protect it.
No swing, it's ball 4.
And it's one of those things where if that's what you choose to do, you have to be really disciplined in your plan in terms of seeing a pitch out over the plate that you know you can handle and not biting on pitches inside. Sometimes, a lot of the times, when you go up there and you execute the plan that you actually go up there with in mind, you end up having a successful at-bat as opposed to getting outside of that plan once or twice or multiple times in an at-bat.
Couple aboard for Jake Edlund. He grounded out into a double play his first time up. Strokes it into left. Campbell holds at third, so it doesn't drive in a run, but base is now loaded with 2 away.
Up next, Jacob Height.
Edlund doing a great job in that at-bat, knowing that you just walk the 2 hitters in front of you, knowing that, hey, I know you need to come over the plate, and you probably want to do it early. I'm going to pick out my pitch. I'm going to make sure I don't miss my pitch, and that results in the first pitch, hard line drive single through the 6-hole.
And now the infield converges on Bazin, who has thrown 52 pitches. So 2 away, bases loaded. Illinois had bases loaded with no outs in the first inning and got no runs out of it. So, man, would they love Jacob Height to come through in a spot here.
This is definitely a big spot for him. Want to be able to push some runs when you got runners in scoring position, and playing from behind a little bit, this will kind of even this thing up.
Height chops it over to third. A leaping snag made by Alvarado to get the force out. Base runners stranded again. It's still 3-0. We're through 3. Just about ready to resume play with the top of the 4th inning following the hydration break. Jared Mitchell, Darren Vaught here at the Senior League Baseball World Series. A 3-0 lead for Texas. All right, 3 frames in, Jared. What has impressed you the most?
It's been a good ball game. Obviously, both sides playing well. I've been impressed by Victoria, Texas's ability to play station-to-station baseball and just get runs and push runs across, right? They've been aggressive early in counts. They've gotten good swings and base hits. There's been nothing huge that's happened yet, but when they've gotten runners in scoring position, they found ways to push runs across, and that's what's got them in this 3-0 ball game right now.
So Illinois back out onto the field. Danny Corona is going to enter his 4th inning of work on the mound.
And sitting there at 46 pitches, I'm going to go ahead and imagine that they're going to try to ride him for a good while in this situation. Obviously, they like to put some runs on the board and get themselves back into the game and or ahead in the ball game. But he's thrown well. He's starting a brand new inning with 46 pitches, so that there's a good chance that they're going to ride him for a little bit here.
He'll face the bottom of the order for Texas. Blaze Mozishik is their catcher and 7th batter in the order.
Really good at bat by Blaze. His first time around in the lineup. Worked the walk late in the count.
Looks at a couple. He's got a quick 0-2.
Blaze Mozishik, up the bat.
It's quality 0-2 pitch by Danny Corona, making the hitter have to truly think about if he needed to pull the trigger there or not.
He swings that time and gets it through the right side of the infield. Leadoff single for Mozishik.
Punches it through the 4-hole, and that's a good piece of hitting, not trying to do too much. You know, you just threw one and kind of enticed him to maybe swinging that 0-2 count that's close to the same spot. He sees it the second time, takes the swing and punches it the other way. That's a great piece of hitting to get the leadoff hitter on in this inning for Victoria, Texas.
So an official's timeout. For something, Carson Bazin will be the batter. And Mozishik looks like he's going to get a courtesy runner. Traylon Youngblood is at first base now in the coach's box. All right, so we had a couple of new bodies enter the fray over there.
Somebody put out some tripwire right here too. That's not
That's
fair.
Unfortunate.
That's not fair.
Now a back pick over at first, and Mozishik is safe.
Got to watch that blade of grass now. It can get you.
And that is a pinch runner for Mozishik. It's Deacon Chase out there. So we did have a couple of swaps. Chase is the runner. Youngblood is, I guess, the first base coach. There's a strike to Bazin.
I'll be honest with you, that was always one of my biggest fears in terms of when they would do the opening lineups, is if you come out of the dugout and trip. I never wanted that to happen. Never wanted that to happen.
Now, you played football, too, so, of course, there's often, like, the stampede out from the tunnel onto the field. That worries me a little bit more.
I always made sure I was either in the front of this thing or in the back. It was one of the two. I wasn't going to be caught in the middle somewhere where you can kind of get, no, we're not doing that.
So Bazin draws the walk. They're at first and second for Resendez.
And once again, like, this is the story's holding true, right? This is what Victoria has done pretty much through the first 3 innings of the game. They got 2 runners on here. There's nobody out, and there's nothing big that's actually happened.
Resendez gets a bunt down, trying to run it out. Villanueva's throw there in time to first.
I tell you what, You have a guy like Resendez sitting in your 9-hole who has had 2 great at-bats in this situation. Remember, he had the sac fly earlier. Now he puts the bunt down and moves the runners to the second and third with 1 out. He's given you 2 quality at-bats, and he's shown the ability to really turn the lineup over and get it back to the top of the lineup. Such a great job. Look at his knees and look at his legs. That's the understanding how to bunt the ball with your legs and not necessarily just throwing the bat head at it.
So 2 in scoring position for Parker Barrows, who finally looks at a pitch. 1-0.
They told him to.
Swings away there. Backhanded snag at short. Edlin tosses home and it rips away. A run scores. Barrows heads to second. It's 4-0 Texas.
I tell you, Barrows is just a baseball player, huh? Hits that ball hard to short, busts it, gives you a hard 90 down the first base line, and understands that once the ball was thrown away, there was an opportunity for him to get to second. Never hesitated. You score a run, and now you're still sitting here in the same situation with runners at second and third again. That's the pressure I'm talking about that they've put on an Illinois team who, honestly, we got a chance to see them do that yesterday.
So now a visit for Danny Corona on the mound.
And as the catcher in this situation, you'd love to see Soto kind of block this ball up, keep his chest in front of it, and keep that ball from going to the backstop. He keeps that ball from going to the backstop. You're no longer sitting here with runners at second and third again. You got runners at first and third, where a ground ball, double play, you roll it up, you can get out of the inning. You don't have that opportunity now simply just because that ball goes to the backstop.
Derek Guyona doubled his last time up. Rips into the first pitch. Foul ball, makes it 0-1.
Aggressive again, aggressive again.
High into the air, into left field. Nice play to receive it by Karcheski. But it's plenty deep to bring in Bazin on a sacrifice fly.
Beautiful team baseball there, you know. He got the hanging breaking ball. He got this pitch out into the outfield and easily scores a run from third. And they just continue to tack on runs in every opportunity that they get. Here it is again. You get the hanging breaking ball up, and he says, you know what, I'll do enough with it. Hit a line drive or a fly ball out to left field, score my runner here. 5-0 lead for the Texas Ball Club. Looking strong early in this ball game.
Just the one runner on second now. It's Barrows. Krawitz drops it into left. A base hit. Barrows all the way around from second. Another run scores.
The top of this lineup for this Texas team has been all over the scorecard and causing all kind of problems for Burbank, Illinois here. It's a 6-0 ball game, and they are stamped all over it. Barrows, Ganoa, Krawitz, those guys have been catalysts in this lineup.
Three runs for Texas here in the fourth. And a pitching change coming for Illinois. 6-0, Texas leading and still going here in the top of the fourth. Ryan Lotus on the pitch for Illinois. We saw him for an inning yesterday, the last inning of the game in a 9-0 Illinois victory.
Yeah, definitely. He came in and was the last arm that threw in that 9-0 game. So I would imagine they're looking for a little length out of him here. And honestly, if he can keep him here at a 6-0 ball game and continue to keep him at 6 runs and allow this offense to get back and get into the game, they would love that as well.
His first pitch high to Andrew Alvarado. RBI single his last time up.
Now hitting Andrew
1-1.
Catches the outside corner there. Good pitch. Even up the count.
Big wave and a miss.
Very nice breaking ball. Had Alvarado way out in front of it.
Lotus with 2 strikes. Got a swing and miss.
It's a great job coming right at him.
And it retires the side in the top of the 4th inning. 3 across for Texas. They extend their lead to 6 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. 6-0 the lead for Texas over Illinois here at the Senior League Baseball World Series. Illinois 1-0 after a victory yesterday over Pennsylvania. This is the first game for Texas and looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, this has become a thing. You know, they get Bazin out of here with 53 pitches, less than 60, so that allows them to come back on 2 days rest, which would be, if you get this win here, you get 2 days off, so he will be able to throw in their next game, assuming a win in this one.
Left-hander Roman Gonzalez enters on the mound for Texas. Fires in a first pitch strike to Jack Eskra, the DH for Illinois. 1-for-1, singled his first time up in the second. Just off the outside edge, 1-1.
Roman's got a funky delivery. Got elbows coming. Low 3/4 delivery. He's definitely going to be tough on the left-handed hitters.
One hop, other side. And Gandy makes the play for the first out.
Good play by Gandy. That ball checked up on him a little bit and could have found his way easily into the right field grass. He's secure as it goes over tags first. It's a good play there for the first out of the inning.
Want to go to Lucas Karcheski.
Burbank needs base runners here. Need to extend these innings and start putting some pressure on Victoria.
Nice pitch for the strike.
Very nice backdoor breaking ball to steal a strike to get him back into this count. Here's the delivery again. Coming kind of across his body. Looks like he kind of got tripped up a little bit there.
Got held up on the back foot, maybe. So now 3-1. Ball brings the count full.
And now Lucas Karcheski.
on the ground. Barros from short. And the throw skips through. Karcheski, as it goes out of play, is granted second base.
I feel like that's one of the tougher plays for younger kids to make. It's that 6-0, and it's not so much the deep throw. It's the reason you have to charge it. You have to catch it on a short hop coming forward, and you got to exchange and everything falling away from first base and trying to make a throw. It's a tough play to make, and he almost did if you get a picked ball over there first. You didn't, unfortunately. Allows the runner to move to second, but that is a very tough play for a shortstop, especially young shortstops.
Robert Soto takes 1-0 the count. Runner at first with one away. Or second, excuse me. Timeout given to the batter, but a pickoff move over to second.
Show some love to Ganoa there by being able to pick that ball and keep it in front. I thought for sure that was going to find his way to outfield.
Soto's count 1-1. So Karcheski was given the infield single there, and the advancement to second on the throwing error.
I'm taking a look up. I really don't feel like not a single cloud is like moved since we talked about them. They're just sitting in the exact same spot.
I like them there. They can stay.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, that's good. That's good by me.
No complaints here.
3-1 count to Robert Soto.
Soto's asking where that was. It's just a little bit off the corner. It's probably not smart to ask that question. I don't know if you can get so many calls, you'll go your way after you do that.
Ball four, Soto walks. And they're at first and second for the top of the order now.
Get the right man up for the job in this case to really get the party started for this Burbank, Illinois team. Evan Panther is their best player, leadoff hitter, athletic kid. You'd like to see something happen right here for him if it's going to happen for Burbank.
Gonzalez off the mark with the breaking ball, 1-0. Now 2-0, favorable for Panther.
Definitely favorable here. He's been able to see two pitches. They're going to talk to him. Slow it down a little bit. But if you're Panther, this is where you want to be. It's a tough lefty. It's a tough slot where he's coming from. So to get to a 2-0 count against them, you're able to obviously eliminate things and really bring your focus into a small spot. Now it's, can you execute if you do get the pitch? Big hole in the 6-hole. If he's able to use that, that would be great. That would be using the middle of the field will give you an opportunity to get to that spot.
Watches the strike. It's 2-1.
And that's a tough spot right there. When you have the lefty-on-lefty matchups and lefties are struggling, the last place you're really looking for is heaters or anything to be kind of left inside right there.
Another one in, this time not in the strike zone.
I think you still sit in the same spot if you're Evan Panther, where you're looking for something middle away, something out over the plate to be able to get barrel on.
3-1. Panther thought he had ball 4. It's a called strike.
That's a great pitch by Roman Gonzalez. Nice quality fastball down in the zone. Great pitch in a 3-1 count.
Big payoff for Gonzalez. Both runners go. It's punched through that left side of the infield. And it squirts further. 2 runs are going to score. Panthers up at second. And Illinois has cut into the Texas lead.
Wow, that is just like we called it up here, right? Use the 6-hole. You get a mistake made in the outfield, and all of a sudden you're on the board with 2 runs. And that's what we talked about. Evan Panther is right in the middle of everything that they do, and there you get a chance to see the 6-hole. If you can just place something close, you didn't have to do much, and he literally hit the spot of it right in the middle of the 6-hole. Scores both runs. Tough at bat, and he wins it.
Now Panther takes off for third base and dives in safely. His second stolen bag of the day.
Evan Panther came to play today or what?
Well, that's huge too, because you only got 1 out. So Lotus can do a lot of different things, and whether he is on base or not, that run's going to score.
Yeah, so they got their infield's back again, so you no longer just have to hit a fly ball, ground ball. Anything put in play should score Evan Panther here.
Lotus drops down a
Look
bunt.
at this.
Here comes Panther, who scores. Gonzalez, the throw to first, not there in time. Here comes Illinois. It's within 3.
Ryan Lotus with a beautiful bunt and does a great job of getting down the line. Roman Gonzalez does a good job and does his best to make the play, but he wasn't able to get there in time.
Now batting Dave Campbell.
Here's the drag bunt. You can see him. Takes it with him a little bit. You got the lefty falling off towards the third base line. It makes it hard for him to change his momentum, get their spin, and make an accurate throw. And he did all that and still couldn't get him.
Half swing, fouls it away. Dave Campbell with a 1-1.
And it works as a safety squeeze with Panther on third, right? He sees it down. He doesn't go until he sees it down. That's just a good bunt, man. That's a great play. Great piece of hitting, if you will.
Swing and a miss. It gets away. Zizek corrals, but not in time. Lotus over to second.
This would be interesting with the base open. The way that Dave Campbell swung the bat today, he's seen the ball very well. He's become a really tough out. If I was Roman Gonzalez, I would literally throw that exact same pitch until I either struck him out or he walked in this situation. I got a base open. I'm not going to give him good pitches to hit. Knowing how well he's swinging it today, I would literally continue to try to throw the slider right there until he's either walking back to the dugout or he's walking to first.
It's the first face-off between these two. Campbell with a single and a walk in 2 plate appearances prior to this. Fouls one away with 2 strikes. That's what he's been doing all day.
I think that's been a big part of his ability to extend at bats, have great at bats, is he takes the pitches that are tough to get to and he just spoils them. He gets himself to another pitch and he continues to make the pitcher on the mound, in this case Roman, have to execute over and over again.
Another 1-2. That's right down the line and fair. Campbell's got a second hit. It drives in the fourth Illinois run. It's a 2-run ball game after the RBI double.
I mean, that is a beautiful piece of hitting, and this is exactly what I meant. You throw the slider to him in the dirt, you get him to swing over the top of it. Now, I get it. You don't want to do that again. It goes to the backstop, and you continue to give up free bases, but that's what you risk. You go back to the fastball. He spoils that one. You just saw it, the pitch before. He throws another one, and he shoots it down the right field line. Such a great piece of hitting, and when a guy's seeing the ball that well, I personally think when he's willing to let fastballs travel like that and just spray them, that's when you know someone's feeling real dangerous at the plate, and he just showed it. Such a good piece of hitting.
And what was a 6-0 Texas lead has shrunk to just a 2-run lead with the tying runner coming to the plate with one away.
From everything that we saw from this Burbank, Illinois team, you just had a really good feeling that they were going to make a push. They were going to make a comeback, and it was, would this Victoria team be able to hold them off or not? They've turned this back into a ball game, only down by 2 runs with the tying run coming to the plate when we resume play.
So they are reviewing this, whether it was indeed fair. So I don't know if that tells us anything else. Jared, I mean, it feels like tightly along the line, it's just a tough call to overturn, generally speaking.
Yeah, I mean, the umpire's standing right there, and if anybody can see it, he sees it best. I personally thought from our view here as well, and seeing what we can see in replay, that ball stayed inside the line and then passed over the bag, which would, at that point, make it a fair ball. I think it'll be tough to overturn it from the angles that we were able to see.
If it stands, it just continues a massive day for Dave Campbell.
Definitely. Dave Campbell continuing to go, and, you know, he showed up well and swung it for him yesterday as well, and this is now, I mean, he's probably seen, what, 20-ish pitches already in the game in 3 at-bats. That's quality. And when you're doing that to an opposing pitcher and or an opposing pitching staff, they're sitting there in their mind thinking, like, what do we have to do to get this dude out? And they haven't been able to figure that out yet because of the way he's swinging, because of his ability to use the backside of the field, because of his ability to stay back on breaking balls. Dave Campbell's a really good hitter, really good, young, complete hitter.
And the call's confirmed. It's fair. How about this, Jared? We now have 11 plate appearances combined for the top 4 hitters in both lineups. Top of the orders have come through today. Identical lines. 5 hits, 5 runs driven in, 3 runs combined for the top 4 batters in each lineup.
Fair to say that's what you're looking for when you draw a lineup up, right? Like, you want production to come from those guys. You want the guys that you're giving the most opportunities to in terms of at-bats to be the ones that are showing up and producing for you. They've done a really good job.
And following the review, we're going to have a pitching change. Roman Gonzalez ends his outing. So Illinois will see a new arm with this chance to draw it back within 1, tie it up eventually. Here they are surging, 4 runs so far in the 4th. Landon Gandy on to pitch. So he moves over from first base. Roman Gonzalez was pitching. That is the new first baseman for Texas.
Got to believe that this is one of their better arms on the staff, right? Coming in a 6-4 ball game. They obviously want the win. They want the break. They want to stay in basically the winner's bracket, if you will, of this tournament. He's being tasked with coming in with the tying run at the plate, and you got to put out the fire a little bit here.
Now batting Edgar Villanueva.
Fresh off of an RBI double by Dave Campbell. He's 2 for 2.
Also added in a walk. Dave has not been retired at all today. That's a strong day through 3, 4.
1-0 to Edgar Villanueva. Punched up the middle. Backhanded stab, and off balance throw. Villanueva is safe at first. They're at the corners.
That's some crazy range by Ganoa. I thought for sure that ball was going to sneak through the middle. Just by him being able to grab that baseball, obviously he didn't make the play at first, but you also kept Campbell at third. So now you're sitting here with runners at first and third, and the ground ball, you still got a chance to get out of the inning here. This will be a hit for Villanueva, but this could have easily been an RBI single. Instead, it's just a single, and you're going to make the next man come up and have to get the job done.
Jake Edlund is that next man.
He's already got a hit on the day. This would be a fine time to get his second hit.
Strokes it. Out to left field. A quick trip over for Chase. And a run comes in. Campbell scores on the sacrifice fly.
Great job of hitting right there by staying away from the ground ball. Hitting a line drive fly ball, if you will, to left field. Deep enough to allow Jake Campbell to score. And just like that, Burbank has pulled this thing back within 1 run.
No tag for Villanueva, so he's still at first. Jacob Height, the batter. Turns on it, but foul. Height 3 hits yesterday, hitless so far through 2 plate appearances in this game. He's the 9th hitter of the frame for Illinois. Breaking ball bounced, another foul ball makes it 0-2.
Oh.
Pitch back to Gandy on the mound, or the throwback was off the mark, and then another errant ball came flying in. I'm not sure where that came from, Jared, but we only need one, last I checked.
You can only play with one, I'm pretty sure of that.
Another one pulled high into the air and out of play. Man, that had the distance if it would have been straightened out.
As he grows, as he gets older, Height's going to learn how to keep that ball fair and keep it from twisted foul, and that's when you start doing some special things.
Villanueva was not far at all from the bag at first, but a throw anyway. Big secondary that time from the big fella.
He's kind of slight on those feet over there. He may make a move, you never know.
Swing and a miss. The off speed gets Height, and it retires the side. We got a ball game, though, in easily 5 runs for Illinois in the 4th inning. It's just a 1-run difference going to the 5th. From 6-0 to 6-5. A big day for Dave Campbell at third base for Illinois. A big inning for Illinois. 5 runs across in that bottom of the 4th inning as we move on to the 5th.
Music.
So the music stops here in Easley.
And the play starts.
And the play resumes. Swing out in front for Jazz Huff, the leadoff batter in the 5th for Texas. Ryan Lotus spins it outside, 1-1. This is the second batter Lotus has faced. He entered with 2 away and struck out the last batter for Texas. This is a bat to make it 2-2.
There's a little 2-seam backdoor fastball right there and is able to get a swing through. Huff's looking for his first hit of the day. He's made a couple nice plays out in center field already, but he'd like to be on the sack soon.
Huff works the count full. Shoots it right back up the middle. And it's a leadoff single.
It's like he was listening. That's a good at-bat there, getting the 3-2. Quality pitch from Lotus, but he's still able to get the barrel on and shoot it back up the middle to give him a leadoff single here.
Batting now, Andy.
It's a good piece of hitting. Good piece of hitting. Not trying to do too much. Understanding he's in a 2-strike count and shoots one back up the middle.
9th hit of the day for Texas. That matches Illinois' 9 hits. And it's a first pitch strike to Landon Gandy. 1 for 2 with a run scored.
This is what good teams do. You give up a big crooked number, come back out and you start putting pressure on them. It's called a response inning, right? If they're able to score a run and push something across, that becomes dejecting to this Burbank team who thought, oh, we're right there, or run away. And then you go back out, and if you give up another run, it stings a little bit. So this is an important inning for Victoria, Texas, to kind of respond here and put something else on the board.
Hard hit. Squeezed at third, and they tag up the runner.
Tough at first base right there. You got to freeze on that line drive. You got to understand, even if it's not caught, you're probably going to get thrown out at second base anyway unless the ball caroms a little bit away from him. So you got to freeze and give yourself a chance to get back, right? Because if he drops that ball or botches it, unless it gets away from him, you're out anyway at second.
And it did drop as it approached Campbell at third, too, right? So I think what you're talking about was relatively possible. Maybe it pops off his palm and to the ground, but then you've got the easy fielder's choice play at second.
Exactly. He wasn't going to beat anything out that was actually a play at second base, so it's understanding that if it's not caught, there's nowhere to go also, right? Even if it's not caught, it's just a line drive. It gets through, the left fielder picks it up because this ball is pretty much hit to the left of the third baseman. So with that being the case, he wasn't going to go to third anyway. So you freeze, you see it play, you see it through, and then you just move up a station.
A 4-pitch walk puts Blaise Mozishik at first base.
Tried to pull it back towards the strike zone and just kind of caught it outside of his frame a little bit, and that glove had to go a long ways to make it look like a strike, and that's probably what he wasn't happy about.
Oh, yeah, you see him there. Mm-hmm. Soto sort of taking responsibility for that one. On the ground and through. Roman Gonzalez in his first plate appearance with a base knock.
And not to harp on other situations, but to understand how big play-to-play is. If you're able to freeze on that line drive, you're now sitting there with runners on, and that would be a run on the board. So you could have come out of this with at least one run in this situation.
At worst, it's one away, bases loaded.
Yeah.
Deacon Chase, the batter. This is his first plate appearance. Now the left fielder for Texas. Hands in on it. Sends it out to the gap in left center field, and it keeps on rolling. A run scores, and Texas again with a 2-run lead.
To come off the bench in a pinch hit at bat, right? He's been sitting on the bench for 4 innings. 1-0 count. To stay inside of that baseball, you get that two-seam running down and away from you for a lefty. Usually becomes a tough pitch to get to. You see a lot of lefties roll over that. Deacon stays on it, lets it travel, drives it over the shortstop head for a double, an RBI double at that.
First pitch fouled away. Parker Barros at the top of the order.
That's just a thing of beauty, and that's, just as we talked about it right before that, you being able to respond to the big inning that Illinois put up the inning before is huge.
Parker Barros, 2 hits, couple of runs scored today. Big swing, and now he's got 2 strikes.
This Texas team has gotten a whole bunch of production out of that 9-hole today. You had playing left field Noah Resendez, who had the sac fly, who also had the bunt that he put down. And now you get the double.
And that is fouled off of Barros' foot.
That one hurts. And you get hit when this thing happens like this. This is a lot of people want to know what that feels like. You kind of go numb for a long time, and it's like a stinging. I don't feel it, but it hurts, and you kind of need to wait until you just get some feeling back into it, and then you're good to go. But those never feel good.
The shin guards are very prevalent throughout the game now, but doesn't it just always feel like it misses it?
It knows how to miss. It's like it's got
that got him right above where the guard was.
It's got a steering wheel on it. It knows where flesh is.
Another 1-2. Barros turns it foul.
That's such good pitching right there. I don't know if you noticed that, but hey, I got you to roll over and hit this sinker into your leg. Well, I'm going to do it again because there's a good chance you probably don't want to have to swing at that pitch again.
Up just a little. Good eye by Barros, and it's 2-2.
He missed barely, but I love the way he set that up, right? You get him in a spot to where he's flying open, trying to get to your two-seamer, and that's when you throw the slider. You just missed.
Oh, a throw back to second. They got him. They caught Chase sleeping. Illinois gets out of the jam. Texas with another run, though. They lead by 2. Lotus with the pickoff. Video review underway for that last pickoff of the base runner at second. So we're still awaiting word on that. If it stands, it would retire the side. And here's another look at it. So we've got a couple of looks at this, Jared. Kind of tough to tell there.
Yeah, there's a lot of dirt that flies up. You can understand why Deacon Chase felt like he probably got under the tag. I think just going off of what we have and what we're able to see, it looks like it was super close and it was bang, bang. They might have gotten him by just a hair, getting the tag on him right before he gets to the bag.
Important to note that the call on the field was out. The umpire at second base, Todd Brain, was right there on top of it.
Yeah, you love that he's standing right in the right position, eyes in the right spot. Seems like he made a good call and they kept it there.
So they confirm. And that is the third out. So bottom of the fifth coming. And just a great pickoff move by the pitcher, Ryan Lotus. Jake Edlin, the shortstop, the one who received and got the tag down.
Very nice play by Burbank to be able to get out of the inning right there.
Take note, Texas is out of challenges for this game.
Could become a big thing in a tight ball game.
Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. So now Illinois will head back to the plate, having surrendered another run in that last side. But a much different situation for them than it was not that long ago. Remember, this started 6-0 in favor of Texas.
They chipped away at it in the bottom of the fourth and got 5. Now they're right back in striking distance, obviously only down 2, but you feel a lot better about that because the mountain, or to get to the top of the mountain, if you will, is nowhere near where it was 3 outs ago for them. You know what I mean? And that's kind of a situation you want to be in. I think they feel, especially as they get back towards the top of that lineup, they feel that they have the power and the ability to put 2 runs and or more on the board, and that's what you're going to look for going forward.
There you see it. As of the top of the fourth inning, it was 6-0. And the 5 spot. And here we are. Jack Eskra will lead things off.
Jack Eskra up the bat.
The designated hitter, 1 for 2 today. Couple of takes, it's 1-1.
This is a big inning for London Gandy on the mound, being able to shut down the Burbank bats and getting them back into the dugout.
Oh, and it fouled off of Eskra's bat. I mean, that was going to be up above his head, a little bit behind him. Definitely a ball, but that's why you got to get the bat head down on that.
100%. See something new or see something you don't see very often. Those, as a hitter, will really get under your skin because you knew exactly what you were trying to do, and you still ended up fouling this ball off.
The 1-2. Inside.
He tried his best to not move out of the way and get hit right there, and it just somehow missed him.
Eskra grounded to short. Barros. Throw on the run.
big for Gandy to start this inning out with an out and not immediately put a runner on, put more pressure on himself in this defense.
Lucas Karcheski watches it miss high. Karcheski 1 for 2. Infield single his last time up. Came around to score one of those 5 runs in the 4th.
It's a good pitch there by Gandy. Fastball down and away. Splitting the plate on the outer half.
Two and one. We referenced the phrase effectively wild earlier. Gandy is a little bit of that early in this bottom of the 5th. Right? It's way outside of the zone. Yeah. Great pitch.
Yep.
Even the one that was way outside of the zone, he got it off of a bat for a foul ball and a strike.
He's spraying it around right now, and you know, sometimes you're lucky to get those borderline calls too when you're doing it, but he's getting them, and they're good pitches.
Strike 3 call. It got away. It requires a throw, and that sails into right field. So Karcheski is safe at first despite the strikeout.
It's good awareness to be able to get back to that bag. He took that left turn and started going in as if he was going to go to second. Very good job understanding that, hey, I have to hustle to get back to this bag and make sure I'm safe.
So it would have been 2 away with nobody on is now 1 out, 1 on. And Karcheski, you saw him maybe favor that hamstring. I believe this is, again, just cramping.
Wondering if the July heat is the same right outside of Chicago as it is here right now.
Doubtful. Doubtful. It's beautiful here. It's beautiful in Chicago this time of year.
Yes,
They're not the same.
They're not the same. Beautiful is definitely 2 different examples there.
Some great weather for it here in Easley, but a bit muggy.
Check out those flags, though. Give them a little bit of breeze.
It feels like 98 degrees currently. And Karcheski back in his spot on the first base bag. So Robert Soto will be the batter. 3rd plate appearance for him. He's got a fly out and a walk so far. Big cut and an 0-1.
Robert Soto Jr. up to bat.
Popped up, left side of the infield. Barros, late to it, makes the catch.
Now, shortstop takes priority in the infield. Center field takes priority in the outfield. But that also comes with a little bit of feel. If you got your third baseman kind of standing right under it, you may want to give way. Everybody kind of remembers the famous mishap at third with the Yankees, and you had A-Rod at third and Jeter at short, and how that kind of turned out. Give those guys a chance to make play. They won't play too.
Evan Panther 2 for 3 so far. Great day at the plate. He's got a couple of stolen bases as well.
Evan Panther picked right up from where he was yesterday and the way he played the game. He's the right man at the plate in this situation.
Takes the 2-0. Runner goes. There's the throw for Karcheski, who slides in underneath the tag. He's safe. And then right back down.
He's cramping again. He's cramping again.
He got an excellent jump on this.
He got an excellent jump, and to be honest with you, although just a tad high, right on the bag, but Blaise Mozishak almost got him there. You know, I'm surprised more shortstops and or middle infielders. Honestly, I guess you can go all around the infield. Instead of doing the swipe tag and going off of it, I'm surprised they don't hold tags on there, because you just never know. Like, if the runner disengages with the bag, then by rule you're out, right? And if somewhere in there he may have, if you're holding the tag on him, you have a legitimate gripe if you are that team. You would think it would kind of be taught more that way, since that is part of the rule. But nonetheless, he had the swipe tag there, and I think he beat it. Good call at second base.
So after a couple of pauses for Karcheski, Isaiah Ruiz will be the pinch runner. So there's Ruiz, the pinch runner in scoring position. And now it's still Evan Panther and a 3-1 count.
Can Panther deliver here?
Ball 4.
So you can see Gandy did not give in and give Panther a pitch to hit. Elected in a way to kind of put him on and force. He gives you a force at any base right here to be able to get out of the inning.
Ryan Lotus grounds it to second. Guyona, the throw there. And the side retired. So a couple stranded for Illinois. They trail by a couple. And we head to the 6th in Easley, South Carolina. Tight game between Texas and Illinois. Day 2 of the Senior League Baseball World Series here on ESPN. 7-5, the lead for Texas. After getting off to a 6-0 start, they'll head back to the plate. We're the top of the 6th inning, and it's the top of their order. Parker Barros, who was at the plate at the conclusion of the 5th inning. He had seen 6 pitches and worked the count deep before having a teammate get caught stealing. First pitch this time bounced a little high, and it allows him on.
That's one of those tough in-between hops that Dave Campbell had to deal with. It would have to be a great read off the bat, and you're almost cutting it off at an angle, to make the play to make a throw because he tried to basically play it to his side and run almost laterally, and it just becomes tough because you don't know where that next big hop is going to go right there.
Third hit of the day for Barrows.
I often think really good infielders are very good at picking the right hop to make the play off of, to make it easier for themselves.
Oh, 0-1 to Derek Guyona. And he gets the timeout called.
Dropped it.
Yeah, Barrows back to the bag at first. That one just floated. Guyona unable to time it just right. And just barely missed home plate umpire Sean Philbin.
Almost got a nice little haircut right there, huh?
Guyona, liner, but it's caught by Campbell at third.
Guyona, a good little hitter right there, and he got a pitch that he could handle. Line to the third. Campbell's there on that one. Good job by Barrows at first to not get doubled off in that situation. Kind of like what happened, almost basically took him out of an inning inning before, right?
Yeah, in the fifth.
Yep.
Caden Kerwitz up to bat.
So here's Caden Krawitz. RBI single his last time up, but that was back in the fourth. Yanks it down the line, and it's fair. All the way to the corner it rolls. Barrows on the way home. The throw off the mark. He scores. And Krawitz is into third with another run driven in.
Krawitz says, you hangy, we bangy. He gets the hanging breaking ball, and he does not miss it. That's a great swing to be able to hit this ball and keep it fair and not have it curl and hook foul. It's a huge run for this Victoria, Texas ball club. It's good base running there, too, as he's watching the play being made or trying to be made at home and continues his running on into third to be able to get to third with one out. So now you're giving a pinch hitter the situation to, well, they're going to bring the infield in, but he's going to have to hit a fly ball. But now you're giving him a situation to score you, and he doesn't need a hit to do it.
Jake Lee up next.
The hitter is Jake Lee. First pitch swung on, high into the air. Caught in center by Panther. Here's the throw. It gets back to the infield, but it's a sacrifice fly. Krawitz is in safely.
Jake Lee not wasting any time. He knew the assignment. Gets a pitch up in the zone on the first pitch of the at-bat. Fly ball to center field, is able to score his boy from third. And this is fundamental, great baseball by this Victoria, Texas team. And just when you think Burbank is getting close, they find ways to keep widening the gap, making it tough for you. It's good baseball, good solid baseball.
Want to go to Jazz Huff. Got his first hit of the game his last time up in the fifth.
Jazz Huff up to bat.
I don't think people understand how tough it is to come off the bench not playing and to be able to get in the box and deliver a quality at bat.
Make it hit number 2 for Huff.
Huff feeling himself now. That's 2 barrels. He lines this one through the 6-hole. Such a tough thing to do. You know, you're not up there, you're not the one swinging, you're not in the flow of the game, you've been in the dugout. And even if the coaches are asking you and or telling you, keep yourself in it, stay moving, keep your mind locked into the game, it is tough to do for a grown-up, much less kids at this age.
(0-1) to Landon Gandy. To put a bow on your point, Texas has eaten in those scenarios so far in this game. 3 new batters who have been inserted into the game. 3 for 3. This is a high chop. Campbell, smooth throw from third for the 3rd out.
Look at Dave showing you the sundial right there. I love that.
Texas with a couple more in the 6th. We go to the home half. Texas 9, Illinois 5. 4-run lead for Texas here in Easley. It's the Senior League Baseball World Series on ESPN. Little League is focused on helping programs impacted by disaster receive the support they need to rebuild, recover, and continue providing children with the life lessons learned through youth baseball and softball. If you want to support these disaster relief efforts, text RALLY to 345-345 to donate today. Standard messaging rates apply. So another 2 runs in the top of the 6th for Texas. Just when you think Illinois is getting it close enough to strike and maybe even tie or take a lead, this Texas bunch has exercised good fundamentals to just kind of tack one on here, tack one on there.
Yeah, this hasn't been an onslaught of 9 runs, but what they've done is they've continued to put steady pressure on you. They continue to deliver when they have runners in scoring position, and they continue to get guys on, move guys over, and score runs that way. And any team is tough to beat. And you got to look at it now. We're looking at 5 straight innings that this Texas team has put up runs.
3, 4, 5 up for Illinois. Dave Campbell, first pitch. Into the air, deep left center field. The Jazz Huff chases it down.
Huff ranging long into that left center gap and did it with ease. That ball was touched a little bit by Dave Campbell and had a chance to be extra bases until Mr. Huff said, "Nuh-uh, not today." That's a big play and that's a big out. Keep that leadoff runner off the bases, make it even harder for this Burbank team to make a comeback and start putting runs on the board.
It's the first time this Texas team's gotten Dave Campbell out. Previously, he was 2 for 2 with a walk. Edgar Villanueva turns on it. Down the line, a deep fly ball, and it drops foul.
Off the bat, I thought he might have made a bid to get there. Obviously wasn't as deep, and almost a great play made out in right field.
Good effort by Caden Krawitz.
Krawitz was doing his best to get to the line, which you kind of want to do there in those fly balls, especially when you know you're running into a spot where you may hit wall or some kind of obstacle. You want to try to bust it to get there as soon as possible to give you an opportunity to play those spots, those walls, that whatever it is that you may be running into. You want to make sure that you're not coasting till you end up running into something that maybe if you gave it all, get to the spot, camp under it, you can now settle down and throttle down and make a play.
Villanueva lays off 1-1. How would you advise young players when it comes to the balance between keep your eye on the ball and go get it, or pick the spot and beat it there?
It all comes with comfortability. I think a lot, especially when you talk about outfielders and guys that are chasing balls in the sky, you know pretty soon and pretty often or pretty easily as a coach or as the person that has that guy on his team.
Chopped to the right side. Guyona makes the easy play, and that's the second away.
Yeah, you know pretty easy what level of comfortability a guy has in terms of tracking a ball, if they're willing to take their eyes off of it and find the surroundings and know where they're at. Well, you got a guy that won't take his eyes off the ball, that tracks it the whole way. You know for a fact, well, he's not that, he doesn't feel comfortable with taking his eyes off the ball, finding where he's at, putting his eyes back on the ball, and continuing to go. So that kind of comes with the feel. It's kind of a natural instinct. It's really hard to teach guys who don't feel comfortable to do it to get out there and do it. It's just something that that guy either has it or he doesn't. And a lot of those times, honestly, you usually find that guy playing in the middle of the field, playing center field.
Yeah, yep. That makes sense. Jake Edlund, the batter for Illinois. Leaves the breaking ball, 1-1.
We talked about having response innings earlier when Burbank puts up 5 and this Texas team came back and put up another run. It's equally as important on the other side when you're putting up runs to come back up and put up a goose egg, right? And that's what they got a chance to do here. They did it last inning. Can they do it again here?
Gandy, the 1-2. Even count. Nicked backward. So Edlund stays alive.
It's a pretty good swing on that hanging curveball. That thing stayed at the top of the zone and didn't really have any bite. Edlund almost got to it.
Would you believe this is the most pitches by more than double that Edlund has seen in a plate appearance today? That was the 5th.
Early and often.
He had not seen more than 2.
Got some Jeff Bagwell feel to him up there.
Off the mark. Good take on the breaking ball, full count.
Just reminding you of the old Astrodome, Jeff Bagwell right here. All he's missing is the big hand guard.
The waggle.
And the waggle.
Look at him throw the bat head at that one. And the right, Krawitz lays out for the catch.
Look at Krawitz making a web gem out there in right to end the inning. That is a beautiful play.
Find the spot, run to it, and make the grab at all costs. Caden Krawitz with a huge catch for Texas. On to the 7th inning, a 9-5 lead for Texas over Illinois in our second game of day 2. Reminder coming up next, Australia and Czech Republic face off on the international side of the bracket. And is scheduled for a 4 p.m. Eastern start right here on ESPN+. Bottom of the order for Texas. Which includes a couple of hitters we did not see at the beginning of the game. And so now in the 7th spot in the lineup, it is a swing and a miss for Isaac Perez, another pinch hitter.
Got to imagine after watching Illinois put up a 5-run inning, you don't feel that safe with a 4-run lead, so they would love to tack on another insurance run or 2 here to get them into the bottom of the 7th.
So Perez is the 4th new hitter, I'll call it, for Texas that we've seen in this game. They haven't all necessarily been pinch hitters because a couple played in the field first, but in their first plate appearances as replacements. And so far, 3 of those instances in, Texas batters are 2 for 2, including the sacrifice fly just in the last frame by Jake Lee. There's a well-hit ball out the left field and a nice grab. Ruiz ranging toward the line.
Really good play in left field there, or they would have been 3 for 3 with this sac fly. He went down and got that breaking ball and almost dropped it into left field.
Second plate appearance for Roman Gonzalez. Big, healthy swing on the first. So he's included in that I was talking about earlier. He had a single his first time up as a replacement in the 5th.
I don't think he was swinging for a single there.
Stoppage for a first base coach for Texas. They, of course, let their players have that responsibility. And it's Noah Resendez who goes out there. Another big swing. Gonzalez with 2 strikes.
2 big hacks there. Let's see if he cuts it down a little bit just to give himself a chance to put it in play, or if he's still going for broke here.
Wave and a miss, strike 3.
Good backdoor breaking ball right there by Lotus. It's actually a changeup. Turned it over, through the changeup, ran away from. That's a good pitch. Very good pitch.
2 away, nobody on for Deacon Chase, who lays down a bunt, but it rolls foul. So that was almost scary for Illinois. Instead, it's 0-1 to Chase, who his only other time up hit an RBI double.
Came in a pitch hit at bat, RBI double, tries to sneak a nice little drag bunt down the third base line. It barely trickled foul.
Shuffles out of the way, 1-1. Again the other way, again a line drive for a hit.
He gets another pitch right in that same spot, and it's pretty clear that's one of his happy zones, right? He likes the ball running away from him a little bit. He likes to get extended, and he has no problem using the opposite field gap. As for 2 for 2, we've seen him take 2 pitches and drive it to that gap. Here's a fastball running away from him, no problem. I'll shoot it the other way and show you this is what I do. That's a great piece of hitting, great approach. Solid day at the plate.
Chase is 2 for 2. How about this, Jared? In that 9th spot in the order where he entered as a replacement, remember, Resendez had the 2 sacrifices, a sac fly and a sac bunt prior to that. So they've not been retired in the 9th spot in the order.
They've done a really good job of turning it over and getting it back to the top of the lineup with Parker Barros. And that bottom of the order spot has been very fruitful for this Texas team here today.
Jason Perez is a pinch hitter at the top of the order in place of Parker Barros. Fouled out of play, and it's 1-2.
Little swing there by Perez, just happens to be a little late. And see if he can keep the same approach and continue to fight off tough pitches until he gets one that he may really love.
on the ground, and it squeezes through that left side just enough. Another infield single.
Yeah, you immediately knew if Dave Campbell couldn't cut that play off, it was going to be tough to actually catch and throw. And that sure held to be true as he was able to stop it, but there was no play to be made once he got to that ball. Infield hit. Is that another pinch hitter doing something special?
Yep, that's it. In their first plate appearances, replacements in this game are now 3 for 4 for Texas.
Yep. That's a testament to how they prepare and how well the coaches have these kids coached up and how locked in and engaged in the game they still are in the dugout even when they're not playing.
And another pinch hitter. This is Traylon Youngblood, 1-0.
Traylon Youngblood up to bat.
Good piece of it, but a fielder's choice to retire the side and send us to the bottom of the 7th. Last crack at it for Illinois. They trail by 4. Bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance for Illinois, trailing by 4. Let's give some love to the camera operators, shall we? Give them a wave, Jared. It's hot outside.
Guys are doing their job. This is nothing to the size of them, but they're the unsung heroes. They're the O-linemen of the group. They don't get any love.
Our appreciation for everybody on the crew. Fantastic job. And a long week of action here at the Senior Baseball World Series. 6, 7, 8 spots in the order due up for Illinois. 0-1 to Jacob Height. And he grooves it down the line and left. It's fair. He has swung an impressive bat through 2 games of action. It's a stand-up double to lead things off.
That ball was compressed. Got him a pitch he knew he can handle. Gets the barrel on it, keeps it fair, tucks it down that left field line, and easy double, stand-up double you find himself. And they're in business a little bit here. So what you wanted, you needed something. You needed a spark in that leadoff spot, somebody leading the inning off, and you got exactly that from Jake Edlin.
Sal Torres will pinch hit here. He did have a couple of plate appearances yesterday. Not sure what the rest of the hubbub is about, but there's Sal. Oh, and 1.
It's a good job of being able to get ahead. Not having to work from behind in this at bat.
Torres 0 for 2 yesterday, but we've caught him a little bit in the cages this weekend. He's a capable hitter.
Definitely capable, and that's another reason why they put him in this situation, because they do believe in what he can do and what he can bring to the squad.
The 1-2 from Gandy. Breaker is in there for strike 3.
Tell you what, he does a really good job with the change of speeds with that pitch, and it makes it really tough to stay in there stay back and actually pull the trigger on the breaking ball that's got that kind of speed difference from his fastball, and being able to throw it for strikes, it makes it hard for the hitters to kind of pull the bat off their shoulder.
And that looks like it's going to end his day on the mound anyway. So Texas with 2 outs to get. Going to have a new pitcher. It'll be Andrew Alvarado for Texas. They've got 2 outs to get and a 4-run cushion.
Judging by what I saw in the warm-ups, and if Alvarado and this Illinois coaching staff was watching, I would imagine they're going to make him take early on in this at-bat just to see if you can get him in strike zone here.
Isaiah Ruiz up for his first plate appearance. And he does take the first. It misses high, 1-0.
I mean, this is a live arm. We saw a lot of high and arm side in his warm-up pitches.
Into the strike zone, 1-1.
It's the kind of guy you want to be real selective against, and it makes it tough, too, because if he's able to live at the top of that zone and actually break a breaking ball off of it, now it's hard when he's able to tunnel those 2 pitches together. But so far, the warm-up pitches have been a lot like what we've seen in these first 3 pitches in the at-bat, where it's at the top of the zone and or out and on top of the zone.
Now 3-1. I mean, you're dead on. It's a great arm. Just got to be able to hit spots.
Got to be able to hit spots, and you want to be so aggressive in 3-1 counts, and I'm not exactly sure that this is one where you choose to do so.
Ball 4 inside. Ruiz walks, and they're at first and second with 1 away. Nate Bissett, the batter. So now Illinois is hoping anyways, that they can capture that pinch hitting magic Texas has had so far in this game.
Now, this is important, man. You got to understand, you want to be able to see pitches up in the zone that are very hittable, but when a guy is doing what he's doing, where if he's living at the top edge of the zone and are over the top of the zone, you kind of have to tell yourself and really shrink that spot that you're looking for, bring it down just a bit, and don't help him out on top of the zone.
Again high, 3-0. Evan Panther, the leadoff batter, is in the on-deck circle.
I would imagine this is the take sign all the way here.
And there's a strike. I think you were right.
The real question is, do they give it to him again here? Do you make him take again here?
Ball 4 high. And the bases are loaded. Up comes Evan Panther as the potential tying run at the plate.
Evan Panther coming up to that.
Panther puts a swing on it, foul. He's 2 for 3, couple of hits, 2 runs driven in.
There's a chess match right there where I'm imagining Alvarado and maybe the rest of that Texas dugout is expecting Evan Panther to go up there taking. And instead, he's got trust. His coaches have trust in him. He's feeling good. He's swinging it well. And they gave him the green light. He obviously fouls it off, but interesting little piece right there.
There's a flare into left field, and it's down. A run scores. The bases remain loaded. Evan Panther delivers with an RBI single.
Interesting decision. You don't usually see that across the board. Not every coach, not every manager is going to give any hitter, much less your best hitter or your leadoff hitter or whatever it is, the opportunity to swing away when you're seeing the amount of balls being thrown, as we're seeing from Andrew Alvarado.
Close take and a 1-0 count for Ryan Lotus now.
And the fastball's still up, and at this point, Alvarado has to start making an adjustment to start getting into the strike zone a little bit more.
High bounce over to short. Can Lotus beat it out? He cannot, but it brings in another run.
That is a very, very slick play, very pivotal play for Parker Barros right there by coming and charging that high chopper. This is such a tough play. It's a do or die ball. You got to pick this ball, you got to transfer, and you got to throw all in unison. And he did it flawlessly right there to get the second out.
Lotus does a couple of things with that ground out, though, Jared. He draws it within 2, bringing a run in, and you move the runners to second and third. That means the tying run is in scoring position.
Yes, the tying run is in scoring position at second base, and you obviously are bringing the go-ahead run to the plate. So this is a high leverage moment for this Texas team, this Victoria, Texas team, to be able to get their opening game win in this tourney.
So Illinois is challenging the play, and that Lotus was in fact out at first base.
I'm not even sure if they really think he was safe, but you know, you can't carry him with you.
Yep.
Right? Use him if you got him, and if you don't, the other thing you could possibly be doing right now is realize Alvarado started finding the strike zone. He's bringing the ball down. They would love nothing more to make him stand out there, wait, not to get a chance to throw pitches, and maybe you ice him like you would try to ice a kicker in football.
There, a look at the tail end of the play.
I feel like he was out. But like I said, whether you actually get the call to go for you or not, it really doesn't matter. Because what you really want to do is you want to be able to ice Alvarado on the mound. Now, obviously, if you're safe, you would love to have the winning run be on first for something crazy to happen and him get a chance to score.
And the call stands.
But they're going to uphold it. It's key to see what Alvarado does coming out of this little bit of a delay, if they were able to kind of ice him a little bit, and if you can get down in the zone. And look who's coming up. Isn't it crazy how baseball works? Look who's coming up.
Number 12 for Illinois is Dave Campbell. He's 2 for 3. Couple of hits. He's seen a lot of pitches. Fought off a lot with 2 strikes. And Alvarado finds the strike zone with something off speed.
That's just nasty. You break off the old Uncle Charlie right there, where I'm guaranteeing you he was either sitting dead red. That works. Now you put a little bit of doubt in his head. You make him understand that you can throw 2 pitches, 4 strikes. This at-bat just got harder for Campbell.
Miss of the zone low, even count 1-1.
You got the outfielders playing him pretty straight up, too. Remind you, this is the same Campbell that had no problem shooting the double down the right field line with a little less velo on the mound. Interesting to see if he's able to kind of use the entire field again in this situation.
So a timeout. So Alvarado gets a new baseball. Not sure if that was a meeting that included anything else.
Could definitely throw this out there. Understand you have probably your best athlete, maybe your best runner standing on second base in Evan Panther. I don't even know if there's a ball that's going to be put in play that they won't be sending him home to tie the ball game whether they get the chance to.
Stroked. Down in the left center field. Campbell strikes again. He drives in 2, tie game.
Dave Campbell's got ice in his veins or no? That's impressive right there. That's a huge at-bat, and he just continues to go on with what he's done all game and all tournament in these first 2 games so far. It's been quality at-bat after quality at-bat, and he rises up in a huge situation again. Ties the ball game. Ties the ball game here, and we will play on. You now have the winning run on first base and one of your better hitters as well at the plate.
Illinois got down 6-0. They plated 5 in the 4th. That's now 4 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. Campbell back to the bag on a pickoff move at first. Again, they go to Campbell.
I got to imagine, too, they probably liked, or probably rather, the righty-righty matchup as opposed to a lefty-righty matchup in choosing to pitch to Campbell there.
Yeah, with Villanueva, the big left-hander here. I get what you're saying.
You get the big left-hander behind him. Also, you're putting the winning run on base, which I think a lot of people don't grow partial to kind of that idea, right? Like, you want to make that guy earn his way on, and he did.
It's a called strike to Villanueva. Big swing, short hop, smoothly gathered at second, and it retires the side. We will go to extra innings, a 4 spot for Illinois in the bottom of the 7th. It is all knotted up here in Easley. Tie game at 9 apiece. Bonus baseball at the Senior League Baseball World Series. Here on ESPN, we enter the top of the 8th inning because of a 4 spot in the bottom of the 7th by Illinois to tie it. Reminder coming up next, Australia and the Czech Republic. Next up on our international side of our bracket here at the Senior League Baseball World Series in Easley. That is also going to be on ESPN Plus, scheduled for a 4 Eastern start time.
Katie Jarowitz up to bat.
3, 4, 5 in the order for Texas, beginning with Caden Krawitz. Pick off. And they tried something a little tricky.
Sneaky.
So Lotus kept the ball in his glove and faked the throw, and everybody up the middle laid out. The first pitch misses low and away to Krawitz.
We were a bit away from Broadway, but I respect it. I respect the acting job there. That was pretty nice.
Foul ball makes it 1-1. Nobody on for Krawitz, but his past 3 plate appearances, he has driven in a run. He's 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Most recently an RBI double in the 6th. So he does have a chance to drive in a run here. With that extra inning runner at second, he hits it over to third. Big throw off the bag, and he's there at first.
So what goes from being the exact thing you didn't want to do, was just hitting ground balls in front of the runner, you get it done, and you didn't, and there's no out.
So Derek Guyona advances from second to third.
It's a great base running by him as well, right? You stay far enough off.
Are they? Jared Villanueva might have gotten a tag in on his arm.
He did.
So they're looking at it.
It looks like he did. But still, the play to me is Ganoa at second being able to stay off the bag enough, see the ball leave the third baseman's hands, see it leave Dave Campbell's hands, and then take off the third and be able to make it there. So what should have been a spot where you can't advance the runner, he does a great enough job to get himself to third base now with possibly only one out and everything you want to be able to do in play.
Yeah, so you're applauding the advancement from second to third, whether or not the batter is safe or out.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Your job as the hitter in that spot, runner on second, nobody out, is you need to advance the runner, right? Unless you're getting a hit, it's hard to advance the runner when you're hitting in front of him. Meaning to the left side of the infield or to the left fielder. So with that being done, in a normal situation, you usually don't get the job done. But the great base running kind of saves him in that situation.
All right, so we got a few looks at it. In these situations, I always go back to, he was called safe initially in real time, because that matters a lot. That's what you fall back on if nothing conclusive comes from a replay review.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of that. Obviously, that's part of the rule, but I think it needs to be conclusive to where everybody can see it for you to overturn what was called on the field. It's hard to sell reasoning, if you will, when you're trying to piece together different views and trying to say this. Just hard. It's hard to sell that.
Here's a closer look at it, and well, I think you can glean a lot from Krawitz's arm there. And yes, they do say he got the tag on him.
Yeah, I think what they were kind of trying to figure out at the end of it was not necessarily if the tag was on him or not, was probably more so if the foot had touched the bag by the time the tag had hit him, because he definitely looked like he had gotten the tag on him.
So one away, runner at third. Andrew Alvarado, the batter.
Andrew Alvarado, that's the batter.
In the air. Still on the infield. And pulled in at second. Corona squeezes.
Some missed opportunity. It's a good swing, but he gets under just a little bit, and you pop it up in the infield, and you no longer have a chance to actually tag and score there.
Big second out. Obviously, a deep fly ball can't be used as a sacrifice. A ground out can't be used to bring the runner in either. Nice pitch for strike one on Jazz Huff.
This is a Jazz Huff who's been 2 for 2 in his last 2 plate appearances, getting hot towards the back end of this game. This is a crucial moment. This is when they need him the most.
Into the air. Shallow right catch is made. Nothing doing for Texas in the top of the 8th. Illinois with a chance to walk it off. 9-9 tied. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. 9 runs apiece. We are tied and in extra innings. It's the bottom of the 8th. Automatic runner to second base to begin the frame. It is whoever was the last out. That in this case was Edgar Villanueva for Illinois. They try to walk it off. An immediate runner in scoring position. They'll have Jake Edlund up first.
Interesting to see if they try to put the bunt down here, if they let Edlund swing away. Doubled his last at bat. They're not wasting any time.
There's the bunt. Edlund very speedy. A chance to run it out. Doesn't get there in time. Great cover from the second baseman, Guyona.
Great job by Edlund getting the ball down. They didn't waste any time. They know this one run wins the ball game. So they say, you know what? I need you to put this bunt down. And that's a great job being in the middle of the order, who's usually being tasked with driving in runs, showing the versatility, putting the bunt down, getting Villanueva to third base.
So now a runner at third for Jacob Height, who doubled his last time up, had 3 hits yesterday, arguably the best hitter in this lineup over the past 2 days.
It's definitely been hot, and this would be a fine time to come through and get it done for this Illinois team.
And it looks like maybe a pinch runner now for Illinois.
It's chess, not checkers.
So Nate Serrano comes in.
Jacob Height up to bat.
A lot of different ways you can get that guy home. Infield is in for Texas. Height lines it into the gap, right center field. Illinois wins.
Wow. Completes the comeback. Down 6-0. Throws 5 on the board in the fourth. Another 4 on the board in the 7th. And completes it in the 8th. That's a beautiful win for this Illinois ball club, who was down 6 runs and looked like they were down and out.
Remember to visit our website at www.littleleague.org/SLBWS for scores and information on this tournament, as well as follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for joining us for today's game.
Like we saw from both sides throughout the majority of this game, an aggressive first pitch swing taken by Jacob Height, and it walks it off. Illinois now 2-0 in as many games.
Gotta love that there. Calming his nerves, allowing the baseball to travel, using the big part of the field. That is a real advanced at bat that wins the ball game for this Illinois ball club.
An exceptional baseball game with plenty more action to come this week in Easley. Partner, that'll do it for us today. For Jared Mitchell, Kevin Shank producing, the rest of our great crew, I'm Darren Vaught. Again, final score in 8 innings. Illinois walks it off 10-9 over Texas and moves on to 2-0 on the tournament. So long from Easley for now. A couple more games coming your way on ESPN Plus this evening.